Hey there, and welcome to Secrets of the Ancients. If you want to catch this and future videos, please support us by subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment. It really helps us keep exploring these mysteries together. What if human civilization didn't begin in Sumer, but was actually a restart after a great cataclysm? Just imagine that for a moment. The desert wind sweeps across Iraq's sands, carrying whispers of a story older than the ruins it hides. Beneath the sun-bleached stones of ancient Sumer, where the first cities rose like miracles from the dust, lies a question that has puzzled scholars, dreamers and seekers for centuries. Who were the Anunnaki? In the legends of the world's oldest civilization, they were described as divine beings, gods who came down from the sky to shape humanity's destiny. But what if the Sumerians weren't spinning tales about heavenly gods? What if they were preserving memories of strange beings from another world, or maybe even another time, teachers from beyond the stars, or from a future we can barely imagine, who planted the seeds of civilization itself? The Sumerians called them those who came down from the heavens. In their ancient language, Anu meant sky god and Ki meant earth. Together the name referred to the offspring of a sky god on earth, or, more provocatively, those who descended from the seed of royalty. The texts are clear. They weren't born among humans, nor did they rise from rivers or mountains like spirits in other cultures. They arrived. They came from above, bringing gifts of knowledge that turned wandering tribes into city builders, lawmakers and stargazers. But who were they really? Gods, as temple priests claimed? Or something else? Visitors whose origins were lost in the translation of clay tablets pressed by ancient hands. In 1849, Sir Austin Henry Layard uncovered the ruins of Nineveh, finding the first fragments of Sumerian literature buried under centuries of sand. Among the broken tablets was the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation epic rooted in older Sumerian myths. It described the Anunnaki as divine engineers who shaped the world with precision, teaching humans writing, mathematics, and how to tame rivers with canals. They passed down the divine decrees or cosmic principles governing everything from kingship to craftsmanship. The text didn't read like a hymn. It read like a manual, how to mix clay for tablets, align temples with the stars, organize society with laws and hierarchies. Later, in 1956, Dr. Samuel Noah Kramer studied thousands of tablets in the University of Pennsylvania's archives. He translated writings that described the Anunnaki in remarkable detail. In one myth, Enki and the world order, Enki traveled from city to city, assigning roles like a project manager, teaching irrigation techniques in Eridu, brickmaking methods in Ur, and astronomical observations in Nippur. These weren't vague divine proclamations. They were technical instructions, as if Enki was sent to make sure civilization ran smoothly. Then came Zecharia Sitchin in 1972, with a radical interpretation that shook both academia and fringe communities. Studying the same texts as Kramer, Sitchin claimed the Anunnaki were not gods at all, but extraterrestrials from a distant planet called Nibiru, which orbits beyond our solar system. According to him, they arrived on Earth 450,000 years ago, searching for gold to stabilize their planet's atmosphere. They genetically engineered early humans to work as laborers, then taught them civilization to ensure survival. Mainstream scholars rejected Sitchin's ideas, criticizing his translations, but, some Sumerian artifacts seem to fit his claims. One example is the cylinder seal VA243, discovered in the ruins of Akkad and now in a Berlin museum. When rolled onto clay, it shows a central star surrounded by 11 celestial bodies in orbital positions, remarkably similar to a heliocentric solar system model, centuries before Copernicus. Critics say the star represents a god, and the dots are constellations, not planets. Supporters argue that the varying sizes and positions suggest advanced astronomical knowledge, perhaps a map given by visitors who knew the layout of our cosmic neighbourhood. Sitchin's books painted Nibiru as a rogue planet with a 3,600-year elliptical orbit, periodically passing through our solar system and causing gravitational chaos. The Anunnaki, facing environmental collapse on their homeworld, needed gold particles to protect their atmosphere, a concept kind of similar to modern geoengineering. They set up mining operations on Earth, eventually blending their DNA with Homo erectus to create modern humans. Sitchin's interpretations remain controversial, but his influence endures. His ideas have seeped into pop culture, inspiring TV shows, books and theories linking the Anunnaki to everything from biblical events to UFO sightings. Some theories go further, suggesting the Anunnaki weren't from another planet at all, but from another time. Instead of travelling through space, they might have bent reality itself, stepping through wormholes from a distant future. In this view, they could be our own descendants, returning to guide or observe their origins. Their descent from the heavens might describe time portals, not spaceships. Nibiru might be a metaphor for a catastrophic future event that drove them to rewrite history. This time travel theory gains weight when looking at ancient stories hinting at foreknowledge, like Sumerian flood myths parallel to the story of Noah, where the Anunnaki warned chosen people to prepare for disaster. If they were time travelers, perhaps they were ensuring humanity's survival, planting civilization's seeds to avoid a doomed timeline. Conspiracy theories even tie the Vatican's secret archives into the mystery, claiming they hold ancient Sumerian records revealing the Anunnaki's true nature, whether as alien architects or time-travelling humans. Some suggest the Church has suppressed these findings to maintain its authority, linking biblical visions like Ezekiel's wheel or Enoch's ascension to possible Anunnaki encounters. Across the globe, ancient myths share similar patterns. West Africa's Dogon tribe knowing about the invisible star Sirius B, Indian texts describing flying machines called Vimanas, Mesoamerican legends of Quetzalcoatl, a serpent teacher from the stars. These parallels hint at a global intervention, whether from spacefarers or timefarers. In the end, the Anunnaki remain shadows in history's machine, perhaps alien miners from Nibiru, perhaps travellers from a fractured future. Maybe the answers lie locked in secret vaults or etched into ancient seals like VA 243, still whispering their mysteries through thousands of years of silence. Are we their descendants, shaped by the stars or by mere seconds? Or are we simply their experiment, drifting through the endless hours of the desert? The sun rises slowly over the barren hills of southeastern Turkey, casting long shadows on a landscape that has guarded its secrets for 11,000 years. Beneath a hill that local shepherds call Göbek lies a discovery that shatters everything we thought we knew about the dawn of human civilization. When Dr. Klaus Schmidt first explored the site in 1994, he realized it wasn't just a pile of rocks. It was a massive complex of towering, precisely carved pillars, built by people we once thought were only simple hunter-gatherers. But Göbekli Tepe, dating to around 9600 BC, predates farming, cities, and even the invention of the wheel. It stands as a silent witness to a civilization that seems to have vanished without a trace, leaving behind questions that echo through the ages. Could Göbekli Tepe be more than just a temple? Could it be a stargate, a portal to a lost world, hidden from us by forces that fear its reactivation? The first hints came when Schmidt drove through the dusty plains near Sanliurfa and noticed odd, unnaturally smooth stones that shepherds had long known about. While others dismissed them, Schmidt, an archaeologist obsessed with Neolithic sites, decided to investigate. His team uncovered massive T-shaped limestone pillars, some 18 feet tall and weighing up to 20 tons, arranged in circles like a prehistoric Stonehenge. Radiocarbon dating placed their construction at 9600 BC, older than the pyramids, older than the first Sumerian cities, older than agriculture itself. These pillars weren't just rough stacks of stone, they were engineering marvels, quarried with stone tools, transported without wheels or pack animals, and erected with precision that rivals modern construction. Each T-shaped monolith, stylized to resemble a human figure, stood anchored in shallow sockets, perfectly aligned with mathematical accuracy. Carvings of foxes, eagles, snakes, wild boar, and abstract symbols covered their surfaces, hinting at symbolic thought far beyond what we expect from hunter-gatherers. The figures wear belts and loincloths, their arms folded in what looks like a deliberate, almost ritual pose. Were these just decorations or coded messages meant to outlast their makers? Excavations continued after Schmidt's death in 2014 under Dr. Nekmi Karul, revealing that the site was built over centuries, with newer circles showing even more intricate carvings. Yet no evidence of permanent nearby settlements was found. No homes, no hearths, no farms. Whoever built Göbekli Tepe seemed to appear from nowhere, create a monument requiring thousands of workers and decades of effort, and then vanish. That picture changed in 2025. Archaeologists announced the discovery of living quarters at the site, houses, large-scale food processing tools, and a sophisticated water supply system holding up to 150 cubic meters. This suggested not just a ritual center, but a thriving settlement where people lived, worked, and perhaps experimented with early domestication. Finds date from 9500 to 8000 BC, spanning the pre-pottery Neolithic A and B periods. A newly uncovered boar statue in pristine condition sparked debate, its preservation suggesting advanced techniques or ritual intent. Excavations also revealed human skull fragments with deliberate cuts linking the site to the skull cult of the Neolithic. Some researchers proposed that carvings on the pillars may form the world's oldest solar calendar, marking a comet strike around 10,950 BC that triggered dramatic climate change. Dr. Martin Sweatman of the University of Edinburgh argues that the vulture stone encodes this event with astronomical symbols, serving as a prehistoric timestamp of a cosmic catastrophe. Many pillars align with celestial events, tracking the rising of Sirius, the solstices, and equinoxes. Sweatman's analysis suggests the site could be a prehistoric star map, with the vulture stone depicting a bird carrying a sphere in line with the constellation Scorpius during the Younger Dryas cold period. This implies its builders had advanced astronomical knowledge long before Sumer or Egypt. The animals carved here seem to follow a narrative logic, perhaps encoding myths or celestial events. Some human-like figures are anatomically precise, as if carved from life. Researchers like Andrew Collins have speculated that they might represent revered ancestors, or even mysterious teachers from another world, echoing Sumerian myths of the Anunnaki. In more speculative circles, Göbekli Tepe's alignments and carvings are seen not just as an observatory, but as a technology. Pillars as activation keys, symbols as codes, to open gateways or connect dimensions. Some even argue the site was deliberately buried around 8000 BC to hide or protect it after a world-changing event. Finally, thank you so much for listening and joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed exploring these mysteries, please follow Secrets of the Ancients and keep an eye out for our future videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Your support